I've been reflecting lately on the idea of value, and not just values, but what we deem valuable and what we consider to be good value. And I have to admit, I don't necessarily find a lot of coherence and good explanations in the world around us. You can buy a toy for a child from China for only $1, and yet there are people in this world who barely live on $1 a day. Meanwhile, we have corporate executives who make tens of millions of dollars every year. We have fossil fuel companies who are extracting from our earth, and the burning of their product leads to further carbon emissions and climate change, and they're making billions of dollars every quarter. And then you have an individual who just bought Twitter for 40-something billion dollars as well. And that doesn't make sense, because when we think about our earth, a lot of ecosystems and organisms barely have rights and values, not to mention that the value we do place on our earth is often about what economically it can contribute to our lives or our society. And even those well-intended people who are trying to preserve nature are doing it in terms of assigning value to ecosystem services and such. So it doesn't all make sense. In fact, it seems like some of our values have really gotten distorted. And I'll be the first to admit, I don't necessarily have answers. I'm in the question of it. But part of that questioning is not just around me, but my own personal life, and where and how do I assign value to things. And in particular, I've been thinking about our upcoming climate psychology training, that we're asking quite a bit of money of people, upwards of plus $180 for our regular price, and then a reduced early registration price of $127, even though we offer generous scholarships. Like, that's a lot of money at a time when people are being really conscientious about the costs of things. Not to mention, it's wonderful that there are some really great climate resources out there that are free. And so it's gotten me thinking, like, is our program a good value? And I've been thinking a lot about it, and I think it is, for 4 reasons individually, not to mention collectively what they add up to. The first is that we have a really comprehensive curriculum that touches on subjects like psychological and mental health impacts. How do we foster healing and resilience emotionally? Not to mention, we go into communications and leadership and optimizing our impact, and even the spiritual relationship with climate change. So that's one. Secondly, we design our curriculum to be really adaptable and diverse and empowering. So you can use it whether you're just someone individually wanting to improve your life and making more of a difference in your community, or just reducing kind of the pain and the heartache that you feel around our climate. So I think that is a really great resource, because it's adaptable not only for these populations, but also people who are leaders, are really working in climate organizations and want to take their contributions to the next level while looking out for their mental health. So that's the second value I see in it. Third of all is that it's community. Our webinars, people I think often come back to our programs precisely because of the community and the connections that come from people across the globe. And in this case, it's going to be engaged climate citizens who are sharing in the questions and the answers and what does and doesn't work, as well as finding mutual support and camaraderie and inspiration as we go apart our days. So that community is the third value. And the final is that there is a consultation that comes with your registration, that is one-on-one time with me, where we can really customize and personalize this content of the training to your life and your work and how you want to take this to the next level. So at a time when I think there's a lot of questions about value, and I am not certain always that I make the best choices, I do feel good about the value we are offering with our training. And if you have any questions or concerns, let us know. But if nothing else, I hope you start paying attention to the values that you place on things, and how can we shift our focus and our purchases and our efforts towards that which has good value, not just for us and fellow people, but also our planet alike. As always, nature knows the way.